Hi, and welcome to Sisterknit. I'm Elisa.
I'm Rebekah.
And today we've got a podcast with all the things that we've been working on throughout the month of December. Not many Christmas things, but finishing up some different projects and some exciting cardigans that we've been working on.
We are finally kind of catching up on some of our previous footage that we filmed. We apologize for any confusion people have had about seeing us in tank tops in winter and things like that.
Yeah, I think the last video we posted, or no, our fall knitting plans, it was like 80 degrees that day, and then we posted it and it was not 80 degrees that day. I was like, oh, what would I get for 80 degrees? It was like negative 13 or something crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are now out of the throes of first trimester of pregnancy.
Yes, we were very unmotivated.
We didn't want to do anything.
Editing and stuff. And we also rehired on my husband to do the editing, so he said that he feels less pressure. We took our standard of timeline, went out the window, so he's doing a great job.
So if you notice that the last few are substantially higher quality, that's why.
Yes, so for today's video, we have some finished objects, a few things we're working on, but not too much, so.
I feel like I'm trying, it's kind of like end of the year, I want to like tie up my loose ends.
Yep.
I feel very much that's what I'm trying to do right now.
So I have one finished object.
I have 3.
Oh!
I only have 2 with me though.
Okay.
So I'll start.
You've been busy.
2 of them are very, very small.
Okay.
So we'll start with what I'm wearing. This is the Artisane cardigan by Sandnes Design. It's from one of their DIY booklets that we picked up while we were in Copenhagen last year, or 9 months ago, earlier in the year, whenever that was. And I am very, very excited to have this one like knit and off the needles and finally able to wear. I feel like I've been dreaming about this cardigan for like a while now. So I'm very excited to have it done. I used Bûches Le Lambswool held with their Petite silken mohair. Most of the cardigan is in the medium gray beige, and then I ran out of that before I got to the button band.
It's happened before.
Yeah, my only other beige cardigan, I did the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And so they were all out of the medium gray beige, so I just had to use regular beige for the button band. And I don't feel like it's that noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all right. And then the silk mohair was in the color hay. I knit the size extra small and used 4.5mm needles. And it's perfect. I was a little bit nervous because, I don't know, the sizing, it doesn't say how oversized to make it or whatnot. Yeah. It's a very like Sandnes Garn pattern, like skin and bones, here you go, make with it what you will. It was also in Norwegian, so I was like translating it with Google Translate. That might have been my other issue, but.
Also you kind of rewrote the pattern.
Okay, kind of not, yeah, okay. I didn't like how they had it constructed, and I thought, I don't want to do that. So I just figured it out and did it the way I wanted. The recommended way you would construct this is you do the entire back panel and then stop right before you get to the ribbing. And then you pick up for like the front panel and you knit that down to the ribbing, but you stop there and then you do the left and do the same thing. And then you either knit the ribbing and then seam up the sides or seam up the sides, then knit the ribbing. But it just was, I was like, why on earth would you do that? Why not just like a lot?
So you pick up for the shoulders, but you seam the sides.
Yes. And at first I was very confused as to why on earth you would do that. Now that I've knit it, I kind of understand because I think it makes it a little bit more manageable because you have 3 different patterns going on. Mm-hmm. This right side has this chevron knit and purl pattern that's honestly kind of hard to keep track of at first. By the time I like knit under the arm, like I knew what I was doing, so it was a little bit easier, but I think if I wasn't as experienced, I would have appreciated just doing that one panel as opposed to also doing the double moss stitch on the back and the cable pattern on the left. I was having to really look at the chart the whole time and really keep track of my rows in order to not get confused. So I think in that respect, it makes sense. Right. To just do, okay, I'm just doing the cable side, I'm just doing the chevron side, I'm just doing the double moss stitch, whatever you want to do, and then sew it together. But I don't like to seam.
Does anybody?
I just made it work. I know. Not me, that is for sure. So I made it work, and I'm glad I did it that way. I think it was more fitting to my style, but yeah, it turned out.
Overall. I love it. Very, very cute.
I've got these cute little buttons that I sewed on half an hour ago, but I really like them. I think they tie it all together.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm very, very happy with this one.
Yep, it turned out great. I think you're gonna wear it a lot.
Me too. Me too. I think I need more simple staple things that I just can wear all the time.
I say that as I wear a bright cardigan.
But also it's
Me
not,
too.
I mean, it is still like simple. It's just bright blue.
So true.
Yeah.
So I finished this month. This is the Port Cardigan by Ozetta. And I used some very fun yarn. I had gotten some Noro silk garden socks yarn in Denmark. And it was blue with like the little bits of color in it. And I just needed that in my life. So I got the yarn without really a pattern in mind. And then I decided to do this pattern and hold it with MacGyver Suri silk lace in the color Blueness. So it's just made a very epic sweater that I'm very happy with. Okay, so here's a funny thing. In our plans video, you know how I was like, oh, my gauge ended up being too big. So I'm gonna size it down, do a smaller size so that it'll be the size I want.
Right.
So do like an extra small for a smaller medium. Somehow, before I cast this on, I like recalculated just to make sure. And like the measurement for the bust actually was like really small. So somehow I decided to do a medium. So I'm like a little bit sad about it because one, I ran out of yarn. I was like so close to being done for my sleeve. And I was like, if it didn't do such a wide body, then it would have been fine. I ended up, when I blocked it, it was huge. So I ended up throwing it in the dryer for like 10 minutes. And it turned out fine. But it is like, it is really like a little bit oversized.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. Just, I think, yeah.
It's not what you were going for.
I've learned both sides now. I made a sweater that was too small. And now this one's a little bit big. But I think the bigger is probably better.
Yeah.
You don't want something that's
err on the
too
side
small.
of oversized as opposed to
and
small.
I didn't think about how cardigans, since you can button them on, small is probably okay.
But you're also always putting it over something else. So you don't want it too tight because it's going to be over
That's
shirt.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran out of yarn. I was smart. I did the button band after the body because I knew I wouldn't want to do it later.
Yeah.
And then I can measure the yarn I had left to do perfectly half for one sleeve and then use the other half for the other because I was like, I'm going to run out of the Suri. And that comes in like, I think it's 100 grams.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really don't want to buy another one. So I was working on the first sleeve and I got to like here and I measured the ball. You can't even see on the camera. It was like to here. And I was like, I measured it and it was perfectly half. And I was like, well, I can't have
3/4
that short of sleeves.
No.
So I just faced my reality and had to buy another skein. But I'm gonna find something fun to use it with. I think like a color work pattern would be really fun with this color.
Yeah.
Or maybe a mini sweater version would be so cute. Like I could make Carl a sweater out of it too, but it's kind of nice yarn. I don't think a dog deserves that. I got these buttons. I was really trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the buttons, and I had this idea of doing kind of the multicolored that is within the sweater. So I got these buttons at Michael's. Actually, they have like a big bag. You get like a big bag of these little flower buttons, and I think it's so fun because why not? It's already a fun sweater. Right.
It's not
and if I hate it, I can take them out and just put like little wood ones would be cute too. So yeah, that's about it for that one, but I really like it. I think I'm actually going to wear it a ton.
I think so too. I mean, the last 2 times I've seen you, you've been wearing it, so. It looks really good on you too. I like that blue.
Thanks.
Is it super soft?
It is.
And very warm. It's been
very,
very, very cold.
Yeah.
Recently, like wind chill of -25 degrees Fahrenheit. Bitter, bitter, bitter cold. So I've just been like wearing all of my wool.
Yes. Really glad to have this.
Yeah.
Wearable.
All right. I have technically 2 finished objects. I don't have one with me. So I'll just talk about it briefly. Let's see. The first one would be my baby mittens that I knit for our niece. My sister-in-law was like, can you by chance knit her some mittens? They're like $20, $30 to buy a baby pair of mittens. I'm like, I can knit those in like a couple hours.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like I've got so many scraps. I can find a way. So I was actually really happy with how they turned out. Like, I don't know, I just was like looking through all my scraps and I found the scraps for my Stella quilt cushion, which I'll show you later. It was like the perfect amount of yarn for these mittens. I think I used 10 grams of each color, and I did like a split color for the cuff and for the hand. And they're just so tiny and soft.
So little.
So little, so cute.
Did you use a pattern or you just made it up?
I did follow a pattern. It was a free pattern actually. It has quite a bit of sizes, but baby mittens are nice because you don't have to do thumbs. Like it's just like a little punching mitt almost. Like it's so cute. So I tried them on her and she was like eating them, which was fine. I mean, it's like 100% wool. It's not like it's got anything bad in it. So it's just funny. But it was perfect because it was right before that cold snap. And her poor hands were like so dry and cold. So I used scraps from my Fiber MacGyver Merino DKs. I had like some mini 20-gram mini skeins. So I used the rest of 2 of those and they were perfect. Cute. So that was one. And then let's see. My other one is also for our niece, Eden. She's just so easy to knit for.
I haven't made anything for her because Alyssa just keeps making stuff. So I'm like, all right.
Well, okay. Especially once I found out I was having a boy, I was like, well, I can knit all my cute girly things for my niece then, you know? So I knit the Audrey cardigan for her. This is a pattern by Pernille Larsen of Knitting for Olive. And this one is one that my sister-in-law, like when I had asked her, like as she was like freshly pregnant, I'm like, what would you want me to knit your baby? This was one of the patterns that she had looked at and that she liked. And I think it's cute. This is supposedly the 1-year size. I didn't measure my gauge. I feel like for baby knits, age doesn't really matter as much because it's like, well, they'll grow into it. Like it'll fit her when it fits her. If it fits her right now or in a few months or in a year, doesn't matter. She'll still wear it. So this is that, and it has, you can wear it either side can be in the front, which I think is cute. And I like all the little finishings on it. I'll talk about the yarn. This is Loops and Threads Silky Soft in the color Orchid. It's a like Michael's brand yarn, and it is made out of like rayon from bamboo. So I've heard mixed reviews about like bamboo yarn. Like a lot of people talk about the like Trubu or Kobu from Lion brand and how because it's so slippery, it just like stretches out over time. And my thought was kind of like, well, if the sleeves get a little bit longer, she can just wear it longer. Like it didn't really seem like a huge deal to me. But this can at least be like machine washable.
Yeah.
I don't think it's machine dryable, but I feel like if it ends up in the dryer, it's not going to be the end of the world. So that was why I went with it. And it's just so soft.
Cute.
Overall, I liked the pattern. It was very interesting because you start with the neckline with a provisional cast on, and then you knit the I-cord ties like before you knit anything else. And to me, that feels very much like a thing you would do at the end. And so I'm like wanting to cast on this cutie little cardigan, and I'm like, crap, I gotta do an I-cord first, but it was fine because it got it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then the edging for the body, you do like as you go. And so you don't have to like go back and do any like finishing for the body because it's already done. So that was really unique. It was hard to keep track of because he would do a different thing for the start of each row and the end of the row, if it was a knit purl or a purl row. So I genuinely like had to look at it almost the entire pattern.
I can't keep track of things either.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. It was like you would slip with yarn in front and then purl or knit and slip with it in the back. I was like, I don't, that's too confusing. So I had to look at the pattern quite a bit, which was surprising because it's such a simple little stockinette.
For the increases?
No,
for the arms
for this edging.
Oh.
Because it has this like kind of finished look to it and it curls over.
Huh.
So you do it with like slipping one and then, I don't know. I was confused. I was like, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, but then it turned out great. So that worked.
It's such a cute color too.
And then the bottom of it too is a very unique finishing. You end up like knitting in the row below as you bind off. So it almost creates
looks crocheted almost.
Yeah, it looks kind of crocheted, or it looks like a mini folded hem almost. So I liked that as well. And then the sleeves are just a little I-cord edging. So I think one of them I did too tight, but my steam blocking kind of relaxed it.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, her little hand's not gonna fit through that for very long.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think it's cute. I really like it. I hope that our sister-in-law likes it.
Are you giving
for
it
our
for
niece.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Nice. So there you go. You did a Christmas knit or a gift knit.
I did do a little Christmas gift knit. It's not very Christmassy though. That's okay.
I have 2 whips, so I'll share the first. I was also gonna share about my cardigan. I was just thinking about it because can't remember everything. We're terrible. This is my first cardigan, so when I was doing the buttons, I had heard a lot of people saying like it's really difficult to get them to line up with the holes. Sometimes you would get like gapping and stuff. And so what I did is like, as I measured for the hole, I did the whole side first, and then I did the side that you'd put the buttons on, and I would put a marker at the same point that I took the holes, or that I did the holes. So then I just had little stitch markers like right where I wanted to put the buttons. And it worked really well. I also think I put the buttons on the wrong side.
Are they supposed to be on the left? But I don't know if that's right or not.
Oh, yeah, mine are on the right.
I think it's different, like men's clothing versus women's clothing
it's
have
fine.
them on
I don't
different
really,
sides.
It doesn't really bother me, but I think I did it
As long as
backwards
you can do them up fine.
when I was doing the pattern.
Whoops.
Anyways, so that was just another tangent. But I've been working on a gift knit for my mother-in-law, and it's kind of have a finished object. So, but they're not complete. So I am making the basic and favorite mittens. Oh, I forgot to write it down. Who was from? I'm gonna look it up. Here they are. Okay, Susanne Müller.
Oh, Paula Strict.
So I am making the basic and favorite mittens by Susanne Müller, and I did the size 6. These are for my mother-in-law, and I'm using the yarn Kos by Sandnes Garn in the color deep magenta or deep burgundy. So they're a little bit small on me because I think she has smaller hands than me.
I was gonna say those look really tiny,
but I'm hoping they'll be fine. And if not, maybe I can block them better if they are too small for her.
Yeah.
So super easy, basic mittens. I only bought 1 skein, and I think I'll have plenty to do the 2. It's a twisted rib. You start with a twisted rib. Actually, you start with an Italian cast on, but I did it anyways because I'm like, it's only 30 stitches.
Yeah.
It's probably worth it, but I don't know. I don't really know the difference between.
I think it's supposed to be stretchier. Maybe.
I'm thinking of actually sewing in some elastic so they can extra like be tight on the wrist.
Oh, these look tiny.
It's a little bit thin, I think, for a mitten, but it's kind of nice for like a driving glove, or I think it's mostly just this.
Yeah, the thumb gusset is like too high.
But again, we have really long fingers.
We don't really have a good metric of what a normal hand looks like.
So I'm hoping they'll work.
We'll see.
If not, it's my first mitten, so it turned out pretty good. For this one, I just did magic loop the whole time and then did DPNs on the thumb. And for the second one, I'm trying to just do DPNs on
the whole thing.
No, I think I'll just do it for the cuff. Yeah. And then go to magic loop.
Okay, I saw somebody talking about this, and now I'm like rethinking my whole existence because I don't know if we do magic loop or if we do traveling loop or like.
Oh.
Is there a difference? Is that a thing? I always thought magic loop was just when you have a long cord and you
and
make
whatever
it
is
work.
Extra, you just kind of pull through at one point.
Yeah, but I think that's somebody was describing that as like a traveling loop knitting as opposed to magic loop. Like when I knit my socks, I use magic loop, and that is like you have your 18 stitches on one needle and your 18 stitches on the other, and you just like pull the loop through and knit one needle.
See, what I had to do for the mitten or for the cuff, and this is why I didn't want to do it again. Let me grab my needle. Like I had to do a third on one needle, third on the other, and then a third here.
No, that's
and then you have 2 spots of extras so that it can make that kind of circumference.
And you're just like, your wrists hurt the whole time.
So I was like, I'm just using DPNs.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty basic. They're a little thin. I think I want to find a different pattern that has like either like a lined inside or something like that. I just really wanted to try this yarn. So I found this pattern because it would work with a gauge. I did size down in the needle.
I think
if you have a favorite mitten pattern, please let me know because I would love to try something else.
And they're simple. I think my pair of knit mittens is about that same thickness, and I feel like it works most of the time. Like I have a pair of mittens that you gave me that are like fleece lined.
Yeah.
that I've been busting out on these really cold
And
days.
I wonder
but
if you made these just a little bigger and you
Yeah.
could do like a fleece lining
yeah, that's true.
for the inside of it.
Or heck, you could wear those inside another pair of mittens if it's real cold.
True. I really like this yarn though. I think it would make an amazing sweater
Mm-hmm.
or like a hat. Thinking like doing like a really
It's a
want to
pretty
try
color.
brioche. So I was thinking like if I did a brioche hat with kos would be really
Would
fun.
that show the texture very well?
That's true.
But
That's a good
it's
point.
fun. And it's
Well,
lightweight.
anyways, I just love that it's already fluffy.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do a mohair and a
Yeah.
different yarn.
That's true.
It's like a little more cost effective.
It's true. The mohair really does add the cost.
So yeah, I'm just all sorts of extras coming with it. I'm just this far along on the cuff.
But
The
mittens
second
ended up
one-
pretty quick.
I know the other one went so fast, but now I'm like in the back of my mind, oh, it won't take me that long. So I have a little bit of time.
We got a couple days till Christmas still by the time we're
Yeah.
done recording this. It's all right. Okay, for my whip, I am working on the Stella quilt cushion by Laura Penrose. And if you've seen our previous podcast, you're probably like,
You're still working on
weren't
that?
you working on that months ago? Yes. You might be thinking, isn't that a present for your sister? Also, yes. It got kind of pushed to the back burner because I knew I was going to run out of yarn. And
Mhm.
my solution was, if I just don't knit on it, then I won't run out of yarn, right? Like, I just kind of wanted to just, like, ignore that problem.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
like
not how
wait till you
problems
like
work.
had a good idea.
Yeah. So, but then I was talking to our younger sister about it, and she's like, I was like, Abby, I'm going to run out of yarn. And she's like, I don't care. It's the back of the pillow. Use a different color. This was such a different reality because to me, I'm like, I want to make it very nice. I want to make it very good. I don't want you to
Yeah.
be able to tell that it's a different yarn. And she genuinely didn't care because it's the back of the pillow and she won't notice. Anyways, it was also, I've been working on the back of the pillow and I should back up. Let me just talk about the pattern here first before I get into all my things. So here's the front of it. Like I said before, I was using Fiber MacGyver mini skeins. So I used this one and this one for the scraps for the mittens. But I really like these. I like these colors. I think when you hold them all up together, you're kind of like, how's that gonna look? But I think it looks pretty good all together.
Yeah. It's a really
know.
fun scrap project. I feel
Yeah.
like.
It really is because
Or
I think,
but if you wanted to buy mini skeins.
yeah,
Because they're so cute.
and I think you could easily get away with like 4 mini skeins
Ah, nice.
because, yeah, I still had like 12 grams of each of these.
Yeah, and then you just
So,
repeat the color twice.
Yeah, and I think they were 20-gram mini skeins. I don't think mini skeins are normally 25 grams, right?
I don't
They were
know.
probably 20 grams. I didn't weigh them beforehand because I didn't care. Anyways, so the front is nice and cute and finished, and the back is what I'm working on. And the back is like this big square, but you're doing it like diagonally with garter stitch. It starts off really quick because you're just doing these like little rows, and then the rows just get progressively longer and longer, and I just didn't want to do that.
But you're through with the longest point.
Yeah, now I am because
you
I
get to
made
go-
myself sit down and work on it. So now it's just going to get shorter and shorter progressively, which is exciting. But I did run out of yarn. So I was using Sandnes Garn Perfect for this marzipan color. And Sandnes Garn Perfect is a like I think 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon, but it's like really fluffy, or not really fluffy, but it's like a thicker DK, which I think is probably why I ended up running out. Like maybe my gauge was off with that.
Oh, sure.
Because I think my
Like
squares
the length wasn't as much.
yeah, my squares with that one are a little bit like bigger than my squares where I'm doing like half and half. So, oh well. And then our local yarn store, which is where we normally find all our Sandnes Garn, stopped stocking the Sandnes Garn Perfect, and they instead got the merino wool, like the Sandnes Garn one.
So Perfect still exists out there.
It does.
So
it does.
you could have just ordered it from somebody somewhere else.
That would have been a lot of work. When instead there's this one which is almost exactly the same. It's 100% superwash wool. So there's no nylon in it, but it's also DK weight. It is the exact same color.
How far have you gone with this?
How many rows do you think?
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like 4.
It's a little bit shinier.
Yeah. That's really the only thing is like,
like,
this
was
has
it
more
more than
sheen
2?
to it. But I'm like, you really can't tell that much
You're
with
right,
it.
and it is
I'm
the back
curious
of
if
the
it
pillow.
will pick up there. Maybe you can tell. I've done like 2 garter ridges with it.
So
But it's the back.
Is this your active whip now that you're done with your cardigan?
This is my one active whip right now.
So we shouldn't go buy yarn for your next cardigan
No,
or your
I
next
just have to
sweater
have-
because you need to finish that.
I just have to have self-control because I want this to be done in the year of 2025. Like, I do not want to bring this. This is not going into 2026. I'm going to finish this because I just have a little bit left of the back panel and then it's done. And then I can give it to my sister and feel good about that, or our sister. But
if it's not done by the time this video comes out,
I will be ashamed.
there will be scolding.
Yeah. Anyways, I have thoroughly enjoyed this pattern. I know I've said that previously. I think the front panel of it is very fun and like, I don't know, it's exciting. As you're like building on these squares, you just like slowly watch this grow, and the construction is unique because you're doing these different like diagonal squares. The back is very boring.
Could you do the back first?
Maybe, but like this, you could either just do it separately or you can do it as like part of the pillow. And again, I don't really like to seam, so I was like, why on earth would I do it separate and seam it? Just pick up the stitches. So
yeah.
Anyway, I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's really pretty. A piece of me wants to make one for myself, but the thought of having to do this back panel again is making me not want to do that.
There's so many little scrap projects like that, and also what's the blanket one?
Oh, the sweet shop blanket.
The sweet shop. Like, I really want to make that, but I don't actually have like a ton of scraps, so it doesn't make sense yet.
I could do like maybe a lap blanket.
I really want to. I do want to make like a baby blanket, and that would be a cute one if you just did it like a smaller size. Let me just finish this next two stitches before I put it down.
We don't really have any crazy future plans.
Oh, I have another whip.
Oh my gosh.
I was just saying, let me just finish that before I put it down.
I forgot.
Next whip.
Pardon me.
So excited to show you.
I have absolutely no idea what she's about to pull out.
Oh my gosh. So I cast this off, on Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. I think it was Sunday. And then I cast this on Monday.
You're kidding.
So this is my Mina sweater. It's so fun. I'm having so much fun, guys. Oh my gosh,
so
I love
fun.
it. I love it so much. Like, I didn't think I could love a sweater more than this one, but now I'm like, I am so crazy.
Why am I getting like tears in my eyes? Oh my, it's a great surprise.
I was like, I'm gonna surprise you.
Idea.
I'm not gonna post it on anything. It's just
very impressive.
It's so addicting. Guys, remember, so in the plans, I was like, this is gonna be a labor of love because it is one, like, every other color work. And you have to switch colors every 3 rows. But it's so addicting because you're like, oh, I just want to do the next color. And it's on 6mm. Well, the pattern calls for 6.5mm needles, and I'm doing 6. So it goes really fast.
That's pretty exciting.
So this is, yes, my newest obsession.
Wow.
So this pattern is called the Mina sweater. It's a free pattern. It's by Priscillia Lalonde and Gabriella Caldrielli. I think they're Italian, but it's a free pattern and it's so good. Like, they have charts, they have links to videos on, there's a lot of different methods in here that I have never done before, and they have links to those videos, and the sizes range between 108 to 176 centimeter bust. So I'm doing the smallest size actually, because it's meant to be a little bit oversized, and I don't need it to be too oversized. But I'm doing the first size, and I'm using this yarn called Chaos. And I had come across this yarn from, who's the designer who did the jean sweater?
Colibri by Johanna.
Yeah. So she used, good job. That was impressive.
That was like every brain cell I had to pull that one.
I really wanted to do the jean sweater, but now that I think about it, it's like a little bit too out there for me. But she uses this Chaos yarn in it, and the colors are just stunning. Like, obviously, you can see this. So when we went to Copenhagen, it's a Danish yarn. So I really wanted to find some, and we did, and then I couldn't decide on a color, so I was like, well, I'll have to just do a color work pattern. Then I found this pattern, and everything just aligned. So the colors I'm using are they like are different attributes is their names. So the magenta is Magnificent, The pink is Spiritual. The blue, I'm actually holding 2 different colors. It's Delicate and Kind. Green is Generous, and yellow is Fortunate. So
Cute.
it's kind of
And
fun.
what to?
Oh yeah, so I'm holding, so Chaos has a soft merino. It's a luxury soft merino. And then their Mohair is a halo brushed alpaca. And it makes just for the bounciest, fluffiest thing. And I think too, because of it being a 1x1, like that also adds to the bounce.
Yeah.
Because if you can see, like
Look
the
at
back
those
side,
floats.
she emphasizes in the pattern, like carry over the same yarn. So like for
The
you
color
do,
dominance.
yeah, you'll do one color for 3 rows, and then you swap one of the colors and for the next row. So I always do whatever is the new yarn I'm adding gets to be carried over or like is over the back. So I have this like yarn management that's kind of extensive, but in this cabinet behind us, you can't see it, but there's a drawer and I have just like the colors lined up and I have my chair that's normally right here. And so I just, once I do the 3 rows, I cut the yarn, I just like tie on the next one and like, it's so fun.
That sounds pretty
I'm
smooth.
having so much fun. But some of the things that, oh, the increases for the neckline, it's called, I don't know what it's called, but you pick up the stitch underneath the next stitch.
Oh.
And then you pull it up into it.
Rather than the like.
Rather than just that leg underneath. And it kind of fills it in better for the increase. And then for this little cast on across the neckline, you use the Latvian braid cast on, which you use 2 different yarns. It's basically like, it's similar to like a long tail cast on, but it just kind of gives it a little bit more structure when you're then working on it in the first round.
And you're already using the 2 colors anyways.
So I'm having so much fun. I'm like, am I gonna finish it this year? That'd be a little
That'd be crazy, but who knows?
But yeah.
Wow.
Very fun.
That is so soft. And it's like lightweight too.
Yeah,
like it's
I
not
know.
very
So
dense.
It's not gonna be
even
heavy.
though you have all that yarn being carried on the back.
Yeah, I think it will block out too to be a little bit
wider. Yeah.
And I knit English, right? Where you throw it. So I feel like with every other color, it's okay because I just kind of pick up the next one. But I could see this being annoying if you were continental knitter.
Unless you'd have to do 2.
Unless you've figured out a way of doing that. But anyways, so that's my exciting, very exciting.
That was such a fun surprise, genuinely. Normally we can't keep surprises from each other. Like we end up bringing up a project before, or like we almost have to like film as soon as we get here because otherwise we're just gonna talk about the project.
I feel like you were more surprised than what I told you. Probably because we like knew it was kind of coming.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, we know that we're like trying, so
yeah.
One of these days she's gonna tell me.
Well, this I had no idea you were gonna cast that on, so
I didn't either, and then I did.
That's so exciting. I was thinking maybe your Astrid sweater because I knew that was also in the back.
Well, I don't have all the yarn for it yet.
Yeah.
And this yarn I've had sitting there for 6 months.
Neither of us have any acquisitions, speaking of, which I think is really impressive.
Yes.
The self-control has been.
I think doing the fall plans though helped. Like
it's true.
We kind of decided what we're gonna do.
Yeah. And
most
we had
of it we already had.
Yeah.
And if we didn't, then we went and got it. So like everything's already been acquired.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have any crazy plans. I'm hoping to cast on my Monday sweater. So that will be fun. And I'm very tempted by, I've been seeing the baby loon sweater, but I don't think that comes out until January. Probably once that comes out, I will be casting that on because it's just so cute.
Yeah. You should do matching or like opposite colors.
Wow, this is very exciting.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is so fun.
Wow.
The baby knits are just so fun.
They are, but I'm trying not to like make too many like baby knits because okay, we're both due in May, so like really by the time they were like a sweater, they'll be like 6 months old or so, and I don't. Part of me is like waiting to cast things on until we have like our growth scan in a couple weeks. Because I'm like, what if this kid's just massive?
Huge.
You know, like I don't want to
Well,
make.
good thing you have a huge romper already.
It's true. It's true. My gauge is never right, anyways. So,
Yeah.
but I feel like people say to do like size 1 year or bigger because it just fits them for so much longer. You know, everything up until that is like a 3-month range. Yeah. And you're like, wow, you're gonna knit them a whole sweater that they fit into for a couple months. Babies just grow so fast. So
yeah, I really want to make a baby blanket. So
I
if you
think
guys
that'd
have
be
good
fun.
patterns for that.
I feel like the sweet shop would be a cute idea, but I know there's
like
so many
color
others
work.
that we just don't see because like it's not like in my algorithm to get baby blankets right now.
Wow, guys, we've made it like a full year of making these videos, which is kind of crazy.
It is. Do you remember a year ago when I didn't even know how it started? We were like, we could do that.
Yeah, well, and like it was just kind of fun how many things that you had made already that year, and then how you convinced me to start, and now it's full-fledged, guys. There's no going back. I'm like, this hobby is deeply ingrained in me. I will forever be a knitter. And I just love this community of people online. Thank you for everyone who watches this and comments and interacts with this because that just makes it so fun. I feel like we would make these regardless. Like it's just it's nice to like look back and see what we've worked on. But I'm glad people enjoy it.
Great.
So,
and my husband has appreciated it because I don't talk to him about my knitting as much because we talk about it here. So it's been good. Like this is like my dedicated space to talk about it. Like my coworkers have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about knitting. So
it's hard to know like what next year is gonna hold with both of us having our first babies and stuff. Like I don't know how much I can really take on, but I would love to like, you know, do some like knit alongs or like I really wanted to make our own pattern for our like pregnancy announcement. I'm like, what if we make a baby knit and release that as a pattern? And now I'm realizing how much work goes into patterns. Anyways, thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram, our Ravelries, subscribe for watching more videos, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.